Houston, we still have a problem. The deep state is still running the IDF via senior positions, and they're blocking us from following the directives of the government to win this war in Gaza. While our holy and brave soldiers, including my own sons, are putting their lives on the line, the senior echelon of the IDF, infested with the same deep state mentality led by legal advisors, are those people that failed us on October 7th. They are still sabotaging our plan and path to victory today. While finally the talk is about winning, on the ground, soldiers are experiencing something completely different. I can't tell you how many times it has been reported that the government gives directives to the IDF on how to win, and the senior IDF command come back saying, we can't do that. The legal advisors say that it's against international law, when it isn't. These legal advisors, together with senior officers in the IDF, are prioritizing the lives of an enemy population, endangering our own soldiers and the whole Israeli population by stopping us from doing what is necessary to win and end this war. I want to share with you a raw, honest message from an IDF reserve soldier who just came out of Gaza. He exposes exactly how the senior command is recycling failed strategies, ignoring the reality on the ground, and dragging this war out indefinitely, despite the government's directive to win it immediately. Now, listen to these words, share them, and open your eyes. Quote, "Hey guys, I just got back from joining the commander's jeep in the brigade, and I have to share something with you. When I saw the new order, I had the craziest deja vu. The orders that we received from above in the Army are exactly the same as the operation that the IDF carried out in January 2024. Same forces, same locations, same chaos. The commanders may be new, but they forgot that we reservists are still here, and we remember exactly what went down a year and a quarter ago. Guys, I know how tough it is dealing with a year and a half of reserve duty in this war. I'm facing the same struggles at home. After hearing in the media about the cabinet's decision approving the plan to separate the Gaza population from the terrorists, transfer them south of the Morag axis, and launch an offensive operation to end the war, I told my family and I told you, we're finally going to finish the story in Gaza and return to life. Let's hang in there for one last act. I felt like we were about to win, according to the government's directive to the army. But after seeing the actual IDF plan, I'm telling you, none of what is being reported is true. The population is not being moved south. The aid to Gaza hasn't stopped, and we're going back to the exact same places and the same plan we already carried out a year ago. This plan looks like copy-paste, no accounting for how the terrain has changed, for all that we have accomplished in this war so far. No acknowledgement of how much more professionally we now fight. No grasp of how Hamas has learned our vulnerabilities to now change and adjust. Most of all, the plan screams lack of belief from its commanding authors that we can actually defeat Hamas. The disconnect from the ground is insane. We already know we can move the population south easily. We know we can flatten large areas quickly. We know the people in Gaza are mentally broken. When I heard the army say in the media that it would take 2 years to cleanse Gaza, I couldn't understand where they got that nonsense. Now that I've seen the plan that the heads of the army gave to us, it makes sense. They designed this plan to drag out the war. But I will tell you this, we can subdue Gaza in 3 months. The only reason we're not doing it is because someone in the system doesn't want us to. If we separated the population and cut off water, electricity, and aid, we'd have Hamas begging us to take back the hostages and just leave them. And leave them alone. And let them leave. What this plan tells me is that we're about to be stuck in reserves for another 2 years. It's insane. Guys, I'm not trying to demoralize anyone. We're going to fight no matter what. But we have to be realistic and understand, right now, There is no IDF plan for victory, despite the government telling them to do so. We have to hope that someone in the IDF command will finally reconnect to reality and go back to the plan they're told to do by the government. Separate the population and define anyone outside the humanitarian zone as a terrorist. That's how we can empty the strip and finish the Gaza Strip and finish off Hamas. If there's no movement inside Gaza, we'll need far fewer soldiers, and we can bring all the hostages home with minimum risk to our IDF forces. Let me remind you, on October 7th, it was the soldiers and warriors on the ground who saved Israel, not the IDF senior command who were absent. Since then, the initiatives of us and many other soldiers and officers on the ground have reshaped this war and how the IDF fights, despite the senior command not knowing what to do and giving us bad things to do. Even now, we have to change things from the bottom up, push forward, and fight under any conditions until victory. End quote from the IDF reserve soldier. This is why I have been spending so much time exposing the deep state in Israel. They are literally endangering our lives, stopping us from winning this war. That is why this war is taking so long. This is the horrendous situation that Prime Minister Netanyahu and his governments over these years have had to deal with for decades. To lead a country when a group of unelected officials with the backing of the legal establishment and the mainstream media, who behind the scenes are always working to sabotage the plans to defend us, and the public has no clue about it. So the public is led to blame Netanyahu and his right-wing government that can't follow through on the policies they were elected to implement. That is our reality. With all that, we are experiencing a wake-up process with more people each day understanding this absurd reality of a deep state running our lives, and we will overcome it to win this war. At the end of the day, it is our holy, brave IDF soldiers on the ground, together with God above, who will be providing this victory despite the sabotaging of an unelected defense, IDF, intelligence, legal establishment, people at the top. Strengthen your faith, everyone, because only in God can we trust. That is our secret power as a people, and we are making this victory happen despite what they're trying to do in stopping us. Remember, this is up to us. Netanyahu and the government have called for victory. We're going to make that victory happen, even though these deep state actors in the army, in the legal establishment, in the media are doing everything to stop us from having this victory. It's going to happen. I'm not sharing this with you to get you depressed and demoralized. I'm sharing this with you so you understand the challenges we have and why this war has taken so long, that we should have won so long ago. And we will win it, to provide a safer future, and a future where the Jewish people are fulfilling our purpose as a sovereign nation, the tribe of Israel, back here in our ancestral homeland, in this region where God chose for us to be, to provide safety, security, and even more important than everything else, morality. Morality to the world, just by us living as Jews, connected to Him in our ancestral homeland. So understand, this is the reality we're living with, and even with this reality, we're going to overcome it. Netanyahu has been overcoming it for decades, and we're almost there. We're almost there. We're not there yet, but we're almost there to the wake-up process, and I am including you in this wake-up process. If you have any questions or comments, please contact me. Let me know. I'm here to answer them as soon as I can get to them. Good times are coming. Understand the reality, the challenges, and that the people on the ground, together with our faith in God, we're going to make this all happen. Victory will be ours, and it's all thanks to Him. And we always have to thank God above. That's it for today's Pulse of Israel. Thank you for watching another episode where you get a daily belief-based, inspiring, truthful analysis of what's going on the ground with the Jewish people in the land of Israel and the freedom-loving world. If you're not yet a subscriber, what are you waiting for? Go to pulseofisrael.com and click to subscribe. And yes, we need your donations because we want to make a bigger impact. We want to influence more people. We want to inspire more people. And to do that, we need your support. Large or small donation every once in a while. Click on the donate button on pulseofisrael.com. Thank you, everyone. Shalom, and thanks for watching.
Pulse of Israel, frontline videos from the Holy Land. Support our work by donating today.